Here is a Vtech tablet. Is it still good in 2024? We're going to talk about that real quick. These tablets provide what is called the ability to not necessarily go to other apps. You basically have to do everything that's on the tablet. And this is the one thing where that is actually good. That's kind of why this tablet's my recommended tablet for younger kids. If they haven't really gone too deep into tablets and the different apps that they can utilize on those tablets, this Vtech tablet does a great job. It contains a piano, some letters, and you also have some additional games that will teach your kid, along with the calendar. And I think that's the thing that kind of sets it apart. The calendar stuff can be something that you can have for your kids that they may not always have on a certain tablet. So let's turn this baby on and take a look at it to see what it actually does. Now when we turn this on, it has some very cool light ups, which means you can learn about your colors. It has some Vtech mascots. Yes, Vtech does have some mascots, believe it or not, guys.
Or press an activity button to play.
So it tells you exactly what you should do. Now, a kid may need some help if they're younger on what to choose here, but it then starts like directing the kid where to go. So for instance, if they want to do the piano one, they could just go down here and click. But it actually starts with the numbers, which is kind of interesting. So this means that your kid is then going to have to figure out the musical portion of it. Now there's a little tab up here for music.
My piano.
That jumps over to that.
Music fun.
And then it'll start playing the piano. But you got to be able to be aware that you're going to have to change that music button right there. So that's just something to be aware of. Your kid may not figure that out, so you may need to set that setting. But overall, this tablet has a great design. The kid can kind of thumb through.
Planting fun. Let's plant and count.
Kind of has those old school animations. But they're actually pretty decent animations, so that's why I still think it's as good as just a modern day iPad or anything like that, because it just locks you down. You can learn the same stuff. So the kid can press the letters.
A, B, C, L.
They can play a question game.
Hidden letters. Let's play hide and seek with letters.
So you can play a letter game that has a very cool animation.
What letter is hiding? Press the arrow buttons to see the letter. Press the letter to answer.
Pretty simple. But they also have another puzzle game
Picture puzzle.
where you can kind
Solve
of
the puzzle.
search for these.
Watch closely. It's a net. Press the arrow buttons to solve the puzzle. Then press OK.
I'm sure it's going to be N.
N.
Oh, you got to press the arrow button. Wrong game. So your kid could kind of, when you press the arrow button, it kind of flips it until it looks like a net. And then when it finishes, of course, you'd press OK. So as long as your kid can understand like a few different steps, that's going to be helpful. Maybe if they don't, they're not ready for this tablet or this Vtech thingamajig.
It's milk.
So then you would do the same thing and you would shuffle that puzzle. Let's take a different one.
Letter bridge.
We got this one right here, letter bridge.
You need to build a bridge.
This goal is to build that bridge.
Find the missing letter that completes the bridge. Press
So,
the
in
letter
the order of
to
the letters
answer,
here,
or press the arrow buttons to choose. Then
you can
press
choose the
OK.
arrow buttons or just press it. So they at least gave it to where, okay, I can press Y.
Y. You built the bridge.
So that's kind of a cool game that this does have.
W. X. Y.
So while we're over here, let's go take a look at this one, the messaging button. And it has a cool animation with the dog, so like you get a little achievement when you get that. Let's go over here and take a look at the messaging.
Talking pal. Let's play a question game.
So you have a bunch of questions, it looks like.
I'm hungry. Do you like bananas?
So it makes you think.
Press the arrow buttons to choose. Then press OK.
So if you like bananas, you'd press OK. Well, maybe I gotta press the arrow. Okay, so it lights up there.
Wonderful.
So you really have to understand that OK button. Celebration to make learning fun is kind of the idea here, I guess.
Hungry.
So,
You like pears?
so just simple questions that kind of get your kid to think. Now let's take a look at this one.
My calendar
This is the one that really is more intriguing because there's not a lot of things that do this.
To look around, then press OK.
So you can look around. I don't know what the question was.
Wednesday. Thursday. Thursday. Play in the park.
So what do you do on Thursday? You play in the park, apparently. Kind of a cool animation. But let's move on to another one. Let's go over to this.
Number bridge. We need to build a bridge.
Same as that, but you're using numbers, so kind of like before.
The bridge.
So this is interesting. It kind of shows you your kids to count. So they'll have to then understand, okay, I got to use the piano. That could be challenging for a kid to figure out, but eights.
You built the bridge.
There you go.
Great. 8, 9, 10.
All right, let's move over to this one.
More or less?
So you got to figure out which one's more or less, which is a cool game.
Objects. Press the arrow buttons to choose. Then press OK.
Choose the arrow and then press OK. Pretty cool game. Let's take a look at this game real quick.
Counting fun. Let's count together.
So then you can just count.
Press a number to answer, or press the arrow buttons to choose.
So you can choose your arrows. I haven't shown that yet. There you go.
2.
So I would recommend this tablet overall. It does a lot of great stuff. It has some learning, and it keeps your kids off those other apps so they can focus in on what they need to learn. Lots of good features. There's even more features than this, but I just wanted to recommend this is the tablet I'd recommend in 2024 for kids because they can't go into another app and do some other things. All right, I'll see you guys on the flip side.
My